Hello everybody, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I'd like to do a recap for you on CGC. CGC was pretty much the only stock on my watch list today. As you can see here, I actually called it out in our room that the watch list was slim for me today, and that CGC was the only thing that I was liking for the open. You can also tell that Andrew was liking CGC as well. And we actually both took trades on that this morning in similar fashion. I think Andrew got in it maybe a little bit earlier than I did, but at per usual, and probably with 4 times the shares and made a fortune. But I managed to rock 3 times daily goal already on this trade, went in a little bit heavy on it, which was awesome, off of really good L2 confirmation. I also happened to record this one live, so I'm going to throw up a video here and walk you through exactly what I was seeing while I was thinking about it. The result of that being this right here. As you can see with CGC, I got long here above 1950. It broke up in the open and then managed to hold 1950, and I went long with a loss of 1950 as my stop out and got some great partials all the way up. It actually topped off of 2050, and then I added in for a move up, and then I added in again when it held VWAP, because my loss on this ad, or my stop loss, was the loss of VWAP, and then got another breakup all the way to $21. I was actually going to hold a little bit longer here, but I saw this rolled over and saw some weakness in the stop. So I actually took some of it off here, and now I'm looking for, it's going to break down. If it manages to lose VWAP again, I will stop out the remainder of my shares that I have carried from a little bit earlier in the day. And if it happens to hold VWAP and go back up, I might add in for another trip up. So that being said, let me flip back over to my video here, and let me just pop this up so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. And I'll go through it. So CGC, the play for me with CGC had some good news. Their new CFO has been announced, and I think people are looking at them in a new light. And the daily chart, you've also seen CGC gapping up pretty well, and then it went into a consolidation off of this 50 moving cross, and now it was looking to test it. So anything above that 50 moving cross I thought was looking good. And then also, if you looked over here on the level 2, we did have some buyers, but the ask looked much more predominant. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the buyers really ran out just above $19. Now, you'll notice, and I'll go through here, I actually didn't get in quite as early as I wanted to, because I was expecting a little bit more of a sell-off before we went long because of the bidders. So I ended up having to get in on basically a 2-minute opening range breakup, which is a little earlier for me to do an opening range breakup than I like to, but I did. So here's what we're looking at. So as you can see here, the market's about to open in a few seconds, and we've already started to have some large prints over here. And this is what I continuously keep looking at, is that we're not really selling up at all. We're just kind of sitting here and holding, and we have large prints already coming in over on the side. Now, I can't go long off of this because the pattern to me just looks too weak, and I'm seeing too many bids below down near $19, and I would really like it to sell off to $19 for my entry. So as I'm waiting here to see what's going to happen, I'm just kind of interested. So now you'll notice here in just a minute, the stock actually starts to gain speed. And I'm looking at those prints and still thinking, there's just no selling off going on. And if you look at the level 1, there's also lots of buying activity on the level 1. The bid's becoming very active, and it's starting to come up in price. So it really looks like the stock is about to leave without me. So I actually am down here right now starting to change my order quantity, and the reason I'm doing that is because without getting in at a lower level, I'm not really sure about where I want to be on this one. So I went ahead and scaled a little bit differently, and then you're going to see me try to take an entry here. I really think it looks strong. I really like the way the bid's chasing up and the ask is moving away. So I try for a long, but it gaps without me, and I got left behind. So very frustrating, and was not happy about that. I think Andrew might have gotten in more around this 1940 level when it broke this pre-market level we already had marked. And notice we've got this mark up here at 1980, and that's what we're looking for, a breakout above. So at this point, no chasing. I gotta wait, so I need some kind of a pullback. I do like 1950 here. We had a little bit of a pre-market resistance here, so I'm hoping maybe this is what I can go long off of. So it's pushed above 1950, so I'm just waiting for it to kind of give me some kind of an indicator that I can get into this thing, because we're still just moving up way too fast. And if you get in now, you're just really chasing. So on a 2-minute opening range break, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it to pull back, and I've already marked 1950. So now my hope is to see it hold 1950. If not, I want to see it hold 1940 or even 1930. As soon as it shows that it's holding, I'm going to go long. All right, it's back down to 1950, 1949, got through it, and then, all right, look, we're right back above 1950. Bid is still chasing up. Ask still looks pretty decent. So that seems good enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here now. And my loss is going to be the loss of 1950. So I'm going to go ahead and buy right there. I'm long about 1,500 shares, actually. The reason why I could do 1,500 is because with 1950 now being my stop loss, that gave me a very tight risk versus reward ratio there. So I only had about 6 or 7 cents I had to worry about, plus a very clean level to trade against. And now I'm looking at that 1980 level, and I'm basically just taking some partials here. Pretty heavy share size, so anything that looks too goofy, I'm going to probably get a partial out. All right, we got some new highs going here. I'll probably go ahead and grab one. Yep, let's grab that one on the uptick. I'm going to grab some more near 1980. Some more near 1985. So now we're in this thing really good. I just hit my move stop to break even button, which is my hotkey, and what that does is that keeps me in. Now if I lose 1960, I can go ahead and stop out. So, and we're back at that 1980 level. Now this, look over at my 1 minute, my daily chart, I mean, this is that 50 pivot that we're kind of trading against today, and we want to see it get above it. If it gets above that, it's going to go for 200 quite comfortably today. So, and that's really what we're looking for. All right, so we're holding here. I'm still waiting. The bid still looks pretty good. Ask still looks pretty good. Just watching the order flow right now, seeing if there's any reason I need to partial. I'm still holding quite a position right now for me. So any major thing that looks like it's going to go the wrong direction, I'll start throwing some shares pretty fast. All right, looks like it's getting ready for another prop, and it's holding my 1980 level, which I'm really excited about. So I'm just going to kind of hang on here. If it loses that level, I might partial. If it goes back of it, I'll hold in. Hopefully get up to around 20 for some more partials. Looks real strong. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1990, grab a little bit there. We're going to grab a little bit at 20. There we go. And we are off. We're up above 20, and now we're in good. So I just wanted to show you guys. So obviously we don't need to walk through all my partials. I take partials up to about 2050, I think, and then I actually add in when it pulls back to VWAP in a little bit. But what I wanted to show you is the process of what I'm using to go along against these levels. Remember, guys, the pre-market show with Carlos and all these guys, they give you amazing levels. So make sure to ring the bell and subscribe so that you can get this information that I'm getting. CGC was the main stock on the watch in the list. You can see Andrew had the very similar trade to me. We both made really good money on this one. And basically this was the stock that we were calling out nonstop. So if you're in the chat with us, you're gonna see this kind of information. You're gonna be able to get these kind of trades. And then this is the way I really like to trade them. You know, there's no big rush to get into these trades. You try to get in on a good confirmation. It didn't quite hit the level and it went without me, but I couldn't just chase into it. So you had to wait for some kind of a pullback for confirmation. And as you can hold, 1950 was my hold. Held 1950. I was able to get long and then got a great 2 minute opening range breakup. We call it the 2 minute because the opening range is these 2 minute candles here, so we call that the 2 minute, and then we're going long for the break of that 2 minute range. So that's the 2 minute opening range. The indicator and the stop loss was the loss of 1950. So I hope everyone enjoyed my recap today. A little long today, but I really wanted to be able to show you this transpire live so that you can kind of see more of the process. I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you're all staying green. Thanks.